everybody. It is time for another Harley on the Headlines, and I am actually very glad you're watching, you're listening, wherever you are. As we get started, I hope you'll consider helping to spread the word. Would appreciate it. Those like, follow, subscribe buttons, depending on the platform you're on, they're there to help folks like me who don't like doing it alone. Only takes a second, and I sure would appreciate it, really would. President Trump meets tomorrow at the White House with New York City's new mayor. Trump is from New York. Like a lot of people around the country, he's got to be gobsmacked by the election of Zoran Mamdani, an admitted socialist with policies straight out of the communist playbook. His nickname is Kwame. Voters just out of childhood are thrilled because they're the ones who put him in office. A great many people are expecting a train wreck and a leadership and policy disaster because, in simple terms, the things that Mamdani campaigned to do will require higher taxes on the producers in New York's economy, a city with some of the highest taxes in the nation already. Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilis-McCormick, Democrat, has been indicted for stealing money from taxpayers. Even worse, she's charged with stealing the money, $5 million, from FEMA, the folks who respond to natural disasters when people's lives are upended, flooded, burned, torn to splinters. Plus, there's an illegal campaign contributions charge. Cherfilis-McCormick represents a district in South Florida. She could go to jail for 53 years. Her husband, an alleged co-conspirator, could get 35 years. Her website says it ain't so, and she'll defend herself in court. The world is still waiting for Hamas to take the next step in the peace process it promised to follow with Israel. Hamas has not disarmed, laid down its arms. Israel says Hamas opened fire on defense forces in southern Gaza. Israel responded with an airstrike or two. Hamas says 33 Gazans died. Some may be under the rubble. And Hamas is claiming that it's Israel putting the ceasefire at risk. This is a restive planet. Mount Semeru is a volcano in Indonesia, and it is belching smoke and fire and ash nearly a mile and a half into the air on East Java, Mount Semeru. Airlines steer clear of the clouds it's making because volcanic ash can destroy an engine, jets, pistons, planes, cars, like fine sand in your vehicle's engine. Just won't work that way, you know. The mountain could soon be making what's called a pyroclastic flow. Now that is big. That is very, very bad. A pyroclastic flow is superheated air full of volcanic gases and melted sometimes rocks and dirt and ash, superheated, that hugs the ground and flows down the mountain for miles from the peak. We're not talking about slow-moving lava here. We're talking about a cloud, a destructive cloud moving anywhere from 60 to 350 miles an hour down the slopes. It sets fire to everything in its path. Not every volcano does this. It's way hotter than your kitchen oven on its self-cleaning cycle. We're talking 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. A pyroclastic flow is the deadliest hazard a volcano can make. Its nickname means burning cloud. Now, such a cloud glowed and flowed over the city of Saint-Pierre near Mount Pelée on Martinique in 1902. It killed nearly 30,000 people. So we'll keep an eye on Semeru. There may be hope for people who are so depressed that even drugs don't work. Brain implants, according to a new study, can make a world of difference. The implants give the brain little electrical impulses. It's called deep brain stimulation, and it feels good, so they say. Doctors noted some time back that the electric probes make a huge difference for people with Parkinson's, and their mood perked up, not just because the shaking and the tremors subsided. Now they know it can really help fight depression. Virtually everyone in the study was helped, and a third of them were called cured. It won't be long now before Elon Musk's dream of uniting the world with the internet will be available, at least, to everyone, no matter where they are on the surface of this blue and green planet. SpaceX just deployed another 29 communication satellites. Now, it's called a constellation of satellites for a reason. You get ready for this? There are more than 10,000 of them up there now. 10,000. SpaceX has launched rockets 99 times just this year. Plus, there have been just over 500 of the larger Falcon rocket missions. That's overall. That's a very busy company. Australia is such a fascinating place, completely surrounded by oceans. There are things that grow there, that thrive there, and nowhere else. They have this bee that looks absolutely sinister in a kind of cute way. It's called the Lucifer bee, and it gets the nickname because in addition to its feelers on its head, like most insects, it has these two little bitty protuberances on its forehead that look like horns, looking like the devil, for real. It is unique, too. It doesn't belong to any other known bee species, and it only lives in Australia so far. See? Told you Oz was fascinating. And lastly, a mystery has been solved off Hermosa Beach in California. A great, energetic mass of bubbles was rising up and frothing up the water. People were coming up with all kinds of theories about what was causing it. I mean, maybe it was an unusually vigorous school of bluefin tuna. But no, it didn't move around the way a school of fish would, just stayed there, more or less. Some folks decided it was whales down deep, farting. Huge farts. No joke, that was a theory. But nope, that wasn't it. Naturally, there are some who thought, sure enough, it's aliens, space aliens, whose craft can submerge. Maybe one of them broke, is leaking, sank. Its air's coming out. But no, that's not it. Submarines. Yeah, that's got to be it. The government's down there doing something. But nope, not submarines either. But that's kind of close. Turns out it was deep-sea divers working, doing construction, laying more fiber optic cables that will run from the U.S. all the way to Asia along the floor of the Pacific Ocean. That is a huge job. And the workers have to clear the cable lines of air so they'll sink and stay down. You blow just a little bit of air, feet, yards, maybe fathoms down, and the air expands as it rises. It looks really energetic, big bubbles. I mean, it's interesting. It's a prodigious thing when it breaks the surface. You can see the phenomenon, small scale, at the deep end of a swimming pool. Check it out sometime. Well, that'll do it for Harley on the Headlines. I thank you for being there. And thanks, too, for helping to spread the word. Like, follow, subscribe. Maybe you're tired of hearing me say that, but honest to God, if you don't help, we're just going to talk to ourselves, and that's no fun. So please, hit the buttons. I'm Harley Carnes, and yeah, we'll do this again. Absolutely. Can't wait.